And hello again, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. It's of course your host Marley Startled, and it is a lovely Wednesday, which of course means for me that it's going to be a pretty laid-back day. I've done a bit of playing of a different game offline. I may stream or record that later, called We Who Are About to Die, but I think that's going to be a one-off episode. It's quite a fun roguelike sort of game, but it's quite difficult. In any case, we were continuing on our campaign in preparation for Stones River, and so far so good. The Confederate army is exceptionally well equipped and well supplied, and we are not in a particularly difficult situation. In fact, we may go as far as to go up one more in our army organization to bring as many troops to bear for Stones River as possible. But in any case, before we get to Stones River, we need to now, of course, do Everettsville, which occurs on the 20th of December 1862. A federal expedition is probing the area near Everettsville. Our intelligence reports that they're aiming to destroy the strategically significant Wilmington and Weldon Railroad Bridge. If they succeed, they'll put an end to our vital supply chain from the port of Wilmington. We must attack them and prevent their plans. And I think we should be pretty good in this one as well. Oh, it's this level, in which case I take that back. This skirmish level is quite the pain. Generally, we're moving to intercept the Union expeditionary force that heads to destroy our railroad bridge. It seems they've spotted us because they've prepared defences on this road junction. We must attack them and drive them from our lands. So, as you know, the cavalry gets immediately removed, and we will probably... This one will be a battle where we can't really afford to break the enemy's army because of how costly the battle is to fight it. In this case, we'll have to use our massed artillery and just try and punch our way through, but it is a very, very unpleasant battle to fight. So the idea here is another flanking action on the right, on the flanks, but if I can't do that, then of course I've got to hopefully hope to get the concentration of artillery can just punch its way through. Because the Union Armed Forces will be entirely entrenched along this sector, which makes it very difficult to break through. And also achieve a victory, we need to hold a junction. But we shall see. And try and concentrate our cannons as well. Just to punch through a hole. Or punch a hole in the enemy lines. Unfortunately, because the terrain is entirely pretty much forests, it means I won't be able to get a very good terrain advantage. Although that's pretty much worked in our favour. That has not worked in our favour now. Once the artillery is in position, we'll begin the attack. Okay, let's do this. The whole affair is going to be costly and painful. I take no pleasure in it. Just not working out well, is it? I'm hoping the concentrated artillery is what can break it. And the massed volleys. There we are, that's it. Send that running forward, send that running forward. Send this running forward. Move the tanks, move the cannons forward. And then move forward, and that will hopefully be the breakthrough we needed. See what sort of damage this does. Let's give this a charge. Stop dinging me. That's not optimum. That's the thing. Not what I had in mind. Especially because of all those casualties. I mean, I will be able to replace them, but you know how it'll be. What the hell are you guys doing? It's not a pleasant battle. Doesn't help when I've got irritating boys coming up behind me. Quite a nightmare. Quite a nightmare. I'm glad these guys are somewhat well trained, but it just means I lose a lot of veterancy on my troops. Which I'd rather not lose. It's a very even battle. And one thing I can't stand is even battles. That's the Confederacy. It's almost like two separate battles are occurring, one in the south, which isn't too big a problem, but the thing is, the nature of the terrain means that the enemy can survive for longer in defensive positions, so I can't mass my troops on a decisive point. And if I ignore those positions, then I run the risk of the enemy sort of coming up and clapping me. Good. It'll be the casualties that what pissed me off about this battle. I prefer the size of battles. But it's one of those maps which you'll find later on in the game which there's really not a lot you can do about in terms of preserving your manpower. It's one of those costly maps. The only thing you can do is mass cannons on particular defensive positions. Still, not the end of the world, but you can tell here, there's a characters I'd rather not replace. I had thought it'd be worse, but the big thing here is the veterancy. The veterancy now will be a bit of a nightmare to recoup. So now I've got to go to my career mode and go for training and put one in training to reduce the cost of the lost veterans. You can see veterans are very expensive in this. So I can maintain him for the next battle. I can afford that. 17,000 for veterans, ridiculous. Can I just about afford that? And it's very important you do have veterancy because, of course, if you look on the top right-hand side, you're going to see that our stats will start to decline if you don't. And those stats will be a difference between successfully assaulting fortifications or simply just dying. Okay, we'll have to take the infield for that. And that's the end of that. Yeah, that's good. We don't need to use that manpower yet, so we'll wait for the next battle. So, Stones River. You defeated the enemy at the Battle of Everettsville, destroying the Federal Weapons Depot, so minus 15% weapons quality. They're going to have about 62k. I've got 2 for 6,000 men. This will be a pretty even battle because, unfortunately for me, I can only bring 3 corps for this battle. Now, I don't really know too much about Stones River or the Western Theatre in terms of combat, in terms of history lessons. So I'll just have to give you a very vague history lesson on the Western Theatre. Anyway, so Stones River, 31st of December 1862. Abraham Lincoln has ordered an all-out offensive across the country to take advantage of the Union material superiority over the southern states. The strategic attack at the center of Tennessee would be executed by the newly appointed commander of the Army of the Cumberland, Major General S. Rosecrans. At least 2 of your best corps needed to stop him. On December 26, 1862, Rosecrans marched from Nashville to meet our army. We decided to hold our ground on the banks of Stones River at Murfreesboro, a town of strong symbolic value for Southerners. On December 30th, Rosecrans started to deploy on the battlefield and probably plans to attack the next morning at one of our flanks. At dawn of December 31st, the Union soldiers are still having their breakfast, unaware that they are preparing to attack first on their right flank. If we win, we get 8,800. If we draw, we get 5,700. And if we lose, we get 3,800. One of the battles you can afford to lose as the South, at least in terms of prestige, but it's a difficult battle to win. So, what this battle was is effectively a flanking action. You have your best corps on the left, and the idea is to sweep the field to move forward and take the northern capture points. At the same time, on the right, you will have a second best corps. Actually, I'm tempted to put the reserves in the center because it's a weird battle. It's a very confusing battle because it says that this is a reserve. Actually, this part of the front comes in before the right flank. So the big thing about this battle is the fact that you only really have the first day to get as much gains as possible, because upon the second day the Union will be reinforced en masse, and that means the next battle can turn into an absolute nightmare to hold off against the Confederate Union troops. And again, history lesson, I don't really know too much about the Battle of Stones River. Just know that on the west, the South did struggle to achieve a lot of victories. I think this is another failed offensive by the Confederacy, and it doesn't go very well. It appears that most of the time, it seems that if you look at it historically, the best Southern generals are on the east, and the not worst Southern generals on the west, and then in the north for the Union, the best generals were of course on the west initially with Grant, and then of course the generals were the best, were the worst in the east, being McClellan. In any case, this is another battle where the Confederacy really fails to achieve too much. At least that's what I think anyway. It's marching with the National on a mission to seek and destroy our army, because they continue on doing that sort of anaconda plan. If the Union secures the small town of Murfreesboro, it will be a negative impact to our cause, as it's the home of the American Revolutionary War hero Hardy Murphy. Furthermore, Yanks can advance deeper into Tennessee territory. We're not willing to allow them to march further into southern soil. Although the ground is not especially favourable, we will defend the banks of Stones River. We don't expect them to attack our centre, as it will be suicidal. We should not attempt an attack here either. Ignore what the game tells you. They seem to mobilise for an attack to our right. If they take the heights west of the town, they could flank to push us south. So far, our cavalry is delaying their actions on this side. Before they decide to attack us, we'll concentrate our force to strike their right flank tomorrow morning. General Rosecrans has established his headquarters at Nashville Pike. If we advance and take it, we can surround his army and finish him off before more Yankee reinforcements come. And that is more or less correct. You must wipe it out before the Union reinforcements arrive. General, we're ready to attack the Union right. The Federals appear surprised. Advance quickly and push them back. We're advised to hold your forces at the centre and attack only when the enemy is weakened enough. So, I will keep one cavalry unit and move the tanks cannons up. And the idea is a great pivoting action. So we move all our troops up like so. And move our cannons up like so. And our cavalry behind. And it is really time of the essence is to punch through. And we're going to try to pivot all the way around. This is why we've got to use our units to the best of their ability. And this breakthrough in a glorious charge. And just keep bringing these guys forward. A constant walking charge. That's when they start peeling back. We are attacking ferociously and the right has collapsed. Push them back further, which is easier said than done. Gotta mildly run, you lunatic. I don't really care about the stragglers, I just need units pushing north. Yeah, it didn't work. Retreat. That's a fact. That attack indeed failed rapidly, barely. Like, very barely. Let's see if I can get these guys back. It's one of those battles. One of those butcheries. So I just send my ammunition? Yeah, I did. Okay. There's a lesson there. Alright, keep moving this forward. This is a butcher's charge, that's all it is. There's no strategy involved here. You're also 2 damage now, you can withdraw back. And these guys can come round. Push, 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 push. And push. Break them. Charge this. And this unit can retreat back over here. Thank you, but I need this really. Well, my troops are so tired. Come on, take it please. Thank you. And that was definitely needed. Yeah, they counter-surrendered. Quite the battle. A lot of heavy micro involved. An awful lot of heavy micro. This is just a battering ram strategy where you have the best veteran troops and you just batter ram. I mean, it can either go very effectively and save you casualties in the short term that a prolonged battle would give you, or it can go very badly and you lose all your troops in what can only be called Burnside specials. Oh look, it's these guys again. Don't do that. Stop taking my supplies, I need them. Good, 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 good. Bring these guys back over here. I think what's left of these guys further north. It is a massacre of a battle. Because time is so much of the essence, you can't really afford to be technical with what you do. You've just got to push. I shouldn't have attacked that early. But here we are, Nashville Pikes. This is why you have to do all of this. We can now surround and destroy the Yankees, capture Nashville before the copious amounts of reinforcements appear. The west section of Nashville Pike will be lightly defended. So that is the reason why we need to now rush over here and take these objectives before the Union has the time to reinforce. And take those positions for themselves. Because if they get in, it's not going to be bussing. It's not going to be bussing. It will be, what's the phrase, a cringe champ. Is that right, fellow gamers? These guys have to make it up there. Up, up, up. I've got to push these guys off. Using whatever troops I've got left. If they get in, it's ogre. Come on, get me in here. Yeah, they've gone to fortify it. We're just YOLOing it. Charge! It be like that. It truly be like that on this level. Because I do not want to see day 2. Sure, I've got more troops I can send up. I think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to make it. I'm going to go for a march towards this. Onto my cav. What's left of it. This route, please. Just about. Just about. And that should mean I hold this position before the enemy reinforcements come and clap me. Free real estate, I'll take that. And there we are. Somewhat of an encirclement. No, not one I particularly enjoy doing. That's a 3,000 men, I'm happy with that. So I can bring some more artillery pieces over here. I tell you to charge this. Beautiful. My mistake here was doing a general offensive. I should have waited until I turned the flank before I moved to do a general offensive on the north. The first phase, I should have turned the flank, pushed through there, and then attacked once I had my southern troops to bear. This is much like the Battle of Shiloh, in that time is of the essence, and if you do take too long, the troops you've been fighting down south will eventually solidify their position at Turnpike, and then you are in for a world of hurt trying to take that position with concentrated defensive lines. They got out. But that's fine. I'll start sending some of my troops back over here to solidify this defense. Got a few prisoners here as well. Not a shabby performance, that being said. It was a brutal performance, though. I won't pretend that that was tactically impressive. It was a bit of a butcher's battle. See if I can get some more business from this. There we are. Add that to the prisoner pile. And I think that's that. But you can see how time sensitive the whole offensive is. You cannot stop. You've got to keep on pushing. Because if you do not take that position, the enemy will enforce and entrench, and what's left of your troops just won't be strong enough to overrun the enemy fortifications. And so you're going to be moving forward constantly, then not just to overrun the enemy defences, but to ensure they don't dig in and retreat to form those defensive positions. Because if they do, you're doomed. Because then it gets to day 2, and God help you if you've only owned one of those positions. So they only had 36,000 troops, but with that reinforcing corps, they would have had another 30,000 troops. So you'd end up with like 60,000, and you can see with my troop stats, they're down bad in terms of losses, 15,000 casualties in terms of losses. Now, what that means is that you'll end up so battered and broken, what will happen is the enemy will turn back up and overrun you, which you will just get battered, and your army will cease to exist as a fighting force. In any case, in terms of this battle, it was a costly one, but it achieved its objectives. I will hopefully make enough manpower back, and if not, buy some manpower to recoup my losses. But they've lost 26, 27, 28,000 men to their 36,000, so they pretty much lost about 90% of their army, whereas I, of course, have lost 5, 10, 15, about 30% of my army, which is pretty standard for this sort of battle. Pretty standard. So I got 1,000 prisoners back, but now I've got to rebuild my army in some way. By first, of course, buying more troops. And now the Union army gone up to 100k. So next battle was against Chancellorsville. So this is when things slowly start going badly wrong for the Confederacy.
Sir, yes, sir.
I've now got to rebuild my army some way, somehow. I'm going to put these into training so I can reduce the cost.
Yes, sir.
Only the first corps is going to get the best veteran recruits. Everyone else is just going to stick with what they've got. I can't afford the other corps to
Yes, sir.
have that same level. too expensive. Far too expensive.
Form line.
They're saying that. Might be able to afford this still. Good, most of my army is now being preserved for this sector. Which is good. Now I've got to rebuild this corps. And you guys are going to have your bogs down 1,500 troops. If I've got the money to spare, I'll start doing veterancy maintenance, but I don't, so here, have that. I simply do not have the money to spare for this. I might be able to afford some upgrades there. I didn't think these guys took too many casualties because I didn't really use them, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, these guys were pretty much unused, the third corps. So everyone else pretty well equipped. That means I can still pay for more veterancy if I need to. This guy needs to be upgraded a little bit more. And everything else appears to be fine. Good. Good. Oh, apparently this corps got a bit of a pasting. I didn't even remember using you. I guess I must have accidentally used user core.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still, they got blooded now, so hopefully that means they'll be a bit better for the next oncoming engagements. Alright, what's the best gun to give you guys? I've got loads of these in stock, so I'll buy them. Another one. Oh, I can't afford another one, so I'll just give you an artillery piece. Here, have a Napoleon. So, time to upgrade the equipment. Alright, CS Richmond, that is good. Harper's Ferry, can I give you anything better? I'll give you some CS Richmonds for 49k. Expensive, but worth it.
Yes, sir.
Expensive, but worth it. And then I'll upgrade whatever's left with the Harper's Ferry rifles. I like Lorenzes, keep the Lorenzes. Good. That ends that battle. And then we're going to move forward on to do the other skirmishes for Chancellorsville. So because we won Stones River, nothing happens. We don't actually get bonus from that. But now we've got to take on the next three objectives. These will hopefully redeem our manpower and recover our manpower even further. As you probably found, money is growing a little bit tight for the Confederacy. But because we won the enemy at Stones River, Union forces will be smaller for the next battle, and their army's getting bigger as well. So you've been ordered to advance northwards from Spring Hill, Tennessee, and lay siege to Franklin. General Granger's army has encamped near the town, and you must defeat him to secure the area. A skirmish at Brentwood at the north have forced General Granger to send his cavalry to deal with the threat. This is an opportunity for us to strike quickly the Federal army before the Union cavalry returns to camp. Alright, here's my corps. Oh god, it's fortified, isn't it? The Federals have deployed 1 4 Division 2 miles south of the town. There's no sign of Yankee activity. We've now been ordered to advance swiftly. Let's take a look at this town. Oh, yeah. So this is where we start to see the pain of fortifications, and we have to start doing brute force tactics, which involves heavy cannon batteries concentrated on a specific point with the aim of breaking through that point. So we take all these guys and move them up here. Move all the second guys up behind. And then we move up our cannons right behind. This is where the battles become real unpleasant. And you've got to use what I call a Burnside special, which I referred to earlier, where you just mass troops to do a decisive punch through in one tiny bit of the front line. And then if you do achieve a breakthrough, your second line moves forward and expands out. So in this case, our Burnside special will be in the center. And once our once our cannons get into position, yep. Cannon 1, Cannon 2, Cannon 3, Cannon 4, and Cannon 5. And we treat the cannons like our shotguns, so once our infantry does begin to conduct its operations, they can only shoot one unit at a time. That's why we're going to do the Burnside special. Attacks via column, that's what it is. See how I'm walking and not running? That's to conserve the energy in case I have to push forward more aggressively. Or reorganise the lines once a breakthrough is achieved. This way, run. We keep pushing forward, we keep pushing forward, we keep pushing forward, we keep pushing forward. Tell these guys to halt. Tell these guys to run over here. These guys run over here. And that's how we sort of expand the line, so these end up being sort of the flanks to help us advance. But to do this, you need well-equipped troops who will not rout at the slightest hint of collapse. And that's what I quite like about the game, is the change from the type of warfare. You go from this sort of maneuvering and using the terrain to literally trench assaults with muskets. And we can do it again if we want. Yep. Yep. No running. No running. Up goes the cannons. What's this bad boy? What's left of my troops? Halt. Turn. Dump the cannons. And this is where you might want to run to knock out the enemy cannons before they have a chance to stop you. There we are. Sweet victory. But this is just this is like the tutorial of how to assault position. It doesn't really tell you how to do it, but you're supposed to work it out on this battle and then apply it for the next battles. I assure you. It ain't easy. And that's why I've been trying to conserve our forces for so long. Interesting. And massing artillery batteries. I don't know why this battle needs so much time. Those cannons. Those cannons. You need to kill those cannons. I'm trying to retreat these guys back. We're taking too many casualties here. Good. That's fine. These guys really are pretty well equipped. I'm a bit worried about that. Look at that. Oh, it's disgusting. And a lot of these guys are my veteran troops as well. Oh, and Yankee Cav's not going to be too much of a problem for me. Unless it routes my artillery pieces. I just want to knock out the cannons. That's all I want. All I want to do is knock those cannons out. Oh, let's finish this battle. 2,000 cavalry there, 3,600. Yeah, we're going to start get to that. We are going to start getting to that level, but it could have been a lot worse trying to overrun those positions. And they've only lost 3,600 casualties wise. It's going to start being a problem. You can see, yeah, it's going to start being a problem. I'm going to have to switch to training now, aren't I? Reduce the cost of my veterans.
Yes, sir.
Money. I need money again. What do you mean you haven't got enough CS Richmonds? What do you have? Take some of these Harper's Ferries in. One five, 1 5, 1 5, 1 5, 1 5, 1 5. Yep. Okay. We can still afford one more troop, so it's not too bad. Let's start giving him Springfields. And more cannons, because you've got so many cannons, we'll just turn this into a artillery bonanza. General, be advised at 3,000. Oh, God. Getting big, that's the thing. 1, 2, so 2, 4, 6, 7. Let's do Blackwater Heights next. We need supplies for our army station near Chancellorsville, and you've been assigned for a foraging expedition at the southeast of Virginia and east of North Carolina. Your orders are to advance to the area and gather as many supplies as possible. Your objective is to defeat the Yankees that hold the stone bridge at Blackwater River and block your advance. It's another one of those levels. Wonderful. What I mean by one of those levels, it's one of those offensive levels. General, the Federals have a different opinion about your expedition and seem determined to halt your advance. You have no other choice but to attack the Yankees and clear the heights, which is effectively code for brutally assault that position. So there's literally no way around this. So you won't be able to cross this river. The only thing you can do is punch through like I did before, which is just slowly but surely whittle down the enemy with your copious amounts of troops, forming assault columns. And hoping you don't run out of money / manpower. Hello, goodbye. Oh wow, they're beating my cavalry. These skirmishers are beating my cavalry. Run away. And my cavalry has just lost 65 of its troops. Alright, we're almost there. All we have to do is clear out this flank. See if we can get some shooting on this flank. And then we will try and break through that defensive line. I already put cannons on this position, but I refuse to do so. Is it actually worth doing? Yes, it is. Move the cannons up. Assault formations. It says gonna be graphic. Rather very graphic. Keep going. Charge it. There's only one thing to be done about this, and that is literally this. And if there's any consolation, I take no pleasure in doing this. Ouch. Here's my Cav. Come on, Cav. Save me. Go, 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 go. Let's see if we can knock out the cannons. Once again. Okay, the cannons are retreating. Let's go deal with this unit. What are you doing? We secured it, but it's just another pain, just another at immense cost securing. Another one of those battles. If I could get you to retreat, I would, but I don't think you're going to make it. Nice, nice work, nice work. No pain, no pain. I'm going to stay and hold this battle for a little bit longer, because I believe we can get a few cannons from this. Now, why am I still pestering about cannons even though I don't need any? It's really because if I get enough captured cannons, I can start selling them. I sort of treat them as a financial bank. And now that they've sort of retreated into no cover, I can get a really good kill-death ratio over this. Maybe get some prisoners. Maybe some prisoners. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Some prisoners. Give me some prisoners. Go on, give me some prisoners. Oh, fine. End the battle. 3,200 casualties, yep. 7,400 of theirs, so about half of theirs. About 10% of mine. Over 10% of mine. Goods captured. Nothing. Nothing that would make me back the money I'm wasting on this. No, the casualties weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be, so swings and roundabouts really. Especially the trickle back. The trickle back is really saving me. I need a new commander, and there isn't any person to be a new commander. I've run out of commanders. I've literally ran out of commanders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can afford that. I can afford this as well.
Yes, sir.
Must preserve a veteran seat.
Yes, sir.
I need to put more on training. That's the thing that's crippling me financially at the moment. Uh, 151523. Let's get those up. 151515 1515. Good. Although I am lacking a commander, and I can't get a new one. In obedience may receive orders to battle the enemy in Blackwater and lost almost all artillery and supplies. What are you going to get? You're going to get 3,500 more men. And the next one is Rio Hill. Without a commander. Not the end of the world. Our supply station on Rio Hill, a few miles north of Chancellorsville, is under attack. We spotted numerous enemy cavalry approaching and they are dismounting, preparing to attack us from all directions. Union cavalry is equipped with advanced weaponry and is better trained than ordinary infantry, so we have to use our best troops to withstand their assault. Those supplies are desperately needed for our army fighting Virginia. Protect them at all costs. We shall see. Oh, it's a defense map, fine. I can survive pretty well with a defense map. Large numbers of Federal cavalry approaching our supply station. I don't care about that. We have a few brigades. And we are getting reinforcements. Okay, so all I gotta do is hold this position, and the best way to do that is one cannon. In fact, get rid of the cannon and let's put down a load of infantry positions. Then I can just go, oh, oh, oh. And then we'll take the guy who's going to our rear and send him over here. That guy's going over here, that guy's going over here. And take this guy, get those skirmishers. Oh, I don't need it. Good. Let's see how that works out for us. Are there only skirmishers? It's not the end of the world. They're pretty easy to deal with. Cavalry can't take on brigades, so we can just chill here. And our range is in fact better. Run back over here. And send these guys forward. This may actually be able to give me some good old prisoners doing this, so... Oh. Let's go deal with this cannon. Nah, this is about wasn't too easy. Your troops are just too good. Oh, my troops are just too good. Okay, send them back. And that'll be an easy 1,000 casualties I can replace. As long as I don't lose the prisoners. Oh, it's a shame. Well, I had that. We chase it down. Give you guys a good old arty bombardment. Just keep chasing. That one goes over there, that one goes over there. Oh, now they're starting to do some picking. Fun. Let's move these guys there. And then once these cannons are dealt with... actually, we'll move this infantry back up. And move these guys to deal with that cannon. So I'm not sure if these are supposed to be skirmishers, this very small elite infantry without the best weapons. My cavalry lost. Ow. You were supposed to be charging that. There we are. I just want the business, my dude. You surrender, I'll be a happy boy. Fine. Not the most difficult of battles, I'll be honest with you. A pretty easy experience. Yay. What will that give me? Hopefully enough money to pay back debts. Can I put someone... No, god damn it. I need a commander. Hello, can I now replace you? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Crisis averted. Cavalry is garbage. And that is all there is left. Okay. So money-wise is not the issue, it's just training, but I am running out of ammunition now, so I'm going to give these guys a bit more ammunition. And then I'm going to add a couple more infantry divisions. I'm tempted to give these guys... Oh, it's a shame I can't give them 300. I can get some CS Richmonds from the armory. Fine.
Sir, yes, sir.
And that is my 4th corps. which is going to be mostly cannons. The fourth corps will be the cannon corps. Oh, I got 64 parrots, fine. Good. A couple of CS Richmonds, some Harper's Ferries. Springfields, can I give you anything more expensive than that? No. How about my cannons? You guys want anything else cannon-wise? 6-pounder, 6-pounder, 12-pounder, 6-pounder. Let's give these guys something a bit more potent. I can buy some more CS Richmonds, but they're not really worth it. So here we go. We'll do the Battle of Chancellorsville and then call it afterwards. But Chancellorsville is the another one of those win in the first day or get clapped by AI reinforcements. So let's take a look. Because we won the Battle of Blackwater River, they got minus 5% enemy armor size, and because we won there, they've got to send more reinforcements to West Virginia, so that's minus 5% enemy army size, so minus 10% the 100k we were expecting. So, 30th of April 1863. After the Union's severe loss at Fredericksburg, Army of the Potomac's commander, General Burnside, has been replaced by Major General Joseph Hooker. We still hold the Federals behind the Rappahannock River, and our corps is stretched out to secure the Virginia borders. Our cavalry has spotted Hooker's forces crossing the Rappahannock River from the western fords. It appears he is demonstrating an attack in Fredericksburg, while his main army is attempting to flank us. He faced a serious threat of double envelopment from the east and west, while being seriously outnumbered because Longstreet is laying siege to Suffolk. Hook must be confident that he has outmaneuvered us and will now withdraw, but we have other plans. We shall take 2 of our best corps, leaving Fredericksburg almost defenseless, and send the Yankees back to Washington. If we lose, we pretty much lose the game. It's one of those battles where you can't lose. If you draw, you don't want to draw. You need the money, and victory will basically keep you afloat at Chancellorsville. So the thing that makes Chancellorsville rather difficult is the fact that you only have 2 corps at the start, and this means that you will have artificial number inferiority or size inferiority after the second day. So you really must achieve a grand victory on the sort of first day, otherwise you are doomed, and I mean doomed. Historically, of course, Chancellorsville was probably Lee's greatest moment, because he strategically, again, breaking up his smaller force into 2, which is normally sort of frowned at in most strategic mindsets, making yourself even weaker. He was able to outmaneuver and beat a much larger force, much like he did before at Gaines Mill and so on, but to, of course, a much more successful extent. Of course, the victory forced Union to withdraw once more, and would lead to his offensive campaign at Gettysburg. But the big issue was, once again, it wasn't decisive, and General Lee knew that, and that's why, of course, he went on to the offensive. It's also the battle where Stonewall Jackson, or Thomas Jackson, I think it's Thomas Jackson, Stonewall Jackson gets shot by one of his own soldiers while reconnoitering, and Lee loses one of his really good corps commanders, which unfortunately is perhaps one of the other aspects that led to his defeat at Gettysburg. In any case, our objective is to punch through the north and use our flanking force to punch through the east. It's very much a punching job. So where's my first corps? First corps goes here, second corps goes here, and you really got to be very aggressive. So Union forces have crossed the western fords of the Rappahannock River and are now marching into Confederate territory. We detected enemy infantry marching down the U.S. Road Ford. More Union infantry is heading our way into Ely's Ford Road. And Orange Turnpike. It seems they are massing to attack our left, and our forces in Fredericksburg are only demonstrating an attack. It's a trap. They are establishing a camp at Chancellors's farm, and tomorrow they will be a serious threat. We must attack them before they consolidate their position. If you don't, you're done for. Stop the entrenching. Tomorrow we will attack and surprise Hooker. Union 5th, 7th and 2nd Corps are at Chancellorsville and are preparing to advance. Two divisions of Meade's 5th Corps have begun marching via River Road, but they are not a threat. They will soon realise they are encircled and run back like chickens. We are now marching to secure Orange Turnpike, which leads to the town of Fredericksburg. We must also secure the other road, which leads to Fredericksburg, Orange Plank Road. Almost all our forces in Fredericksburg are dispatched to defend those roads and will soon join us. Let's hope the risk will pay off. So we go on the offensive. As simple as that. You push as much as you can in this scenario, with the aim to punch into Chancellorsville with as many troops as you can. Of course, victory if you take Chancellor Farm, draw if you inflict up to 5% more casualties. You want a victory here. And you want it soon. Painfully soon. But Chancellorsville is a very fortified nightmare to push through and take. And there's a lot of numbers there, so you will have to resort to almost insane frontal offensives. Yeah, I just lost 34 men because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I'm hoping you just point blank them. And there's my reinforcements coming down. Honestly, might run them. Might run them up. I have no idea what shot you guys. Okay. Okay. I see you now. Are we winning or losing this? Neither. Stalemating. I was hoping I'd get something more than just infantry here. There we are. There we are. I'm taking more casualties than I need to here. I'm going to retreat back. Retreat! You were supposed to be my flanking corps. Yep, appear to be flanking. Quite the opposite. Come on, give me a victory. And even more soldiers have arrived in the battle. Yep. Copious amounts of soldiers have arrived. I'd rather you shoot these guys. That's more important. Oh. No glorious breakthrough here, but hey ho. I still think it's the first day. I don't think this is the complete conclusion of this battle. Just move all of these guys up. Yeah, still got time. Still got time to save this. We are winning. Push them back, but beware pursuing too close to the cap because reinforcements will arrive. Don't pay attention to that. Push like you've never pushed before. Where's my cannons? These cannons need to be here as well. A bit embarrassed I didn't bring them all up. Get me a volley. Move us forward, move us forward, move us forward. Move it all forward. These guys just will not rout, will they? I'm going to send these guys marching up. There we are, that's what we needed. 1, 2, and a breakthrough here, hopefully. The mass punch. I'm not a strategist, I'm a butcher. You don't pay me to think. You pay me to win. Can't shoot them all. Buddy. I'll be a bit irritated if the day ends after taking that. Sickles' Corps has arrived. That's correct. Sickles' Corps has in fact arrived. That's why we've taken this objective. Because Sickles' Corps in fact arrived. Where's my supply wagons? No idea. They're not here anymore. Don't panic, this is fine. The trick is not to panic. Deep breaths. Go ahead, charge, I dare you. Yeah, I thought so. You back off. As I keep sending my hordes over here. Mass the cannons, mass it. No, I'm not going to be able to take it today. That's a shame. I didn't take it quick enough. That's a shame. And that is why you want to take this position as soon as possible. I don't know if it'll go to day 2 now, but hopefully not. Bearing in mind that I've just done all this effort. But at least you'll be able to see the historical flanking, so I suppose it swings and roundabouts really. Hold, stop moving. And they do their best to try and hold this, while trying to counterattack to retake the hit, to retake. But it won't be enough. Alright, start throwing everyone in. Start throwing everyone in. I don't want them anywhere near my objective. I don't want for a second for them to retake control of that. Good. And that ends the that battle. So as I explained, what happens if you don't hold Chancellor's Farm is it moves on to day two. Then what's left of one of your corps will do a flanking action, but all those troops that you saw rushing down to meet you at the end of this day are now entrenched and defended and protected. And so what happens is you effectively just throw yourself into these lines, and the best you can hope for is a draw. It's a real nightmare to try and push off. It's a very costly battle. Whereas right now, as the sort of Confederacy, you're now trying to, how do I put it, preserve your armies to avoid being diminished as the campaign goes on. So Chancellorsville is one of those battles which can really knock down your army down a peg and slow down your ability to fight. Of course, there is a day two and I think a day three as well, where if you don't achieve your objectives on day two, you have to hold and play defensive. But it's one of those battles. I think there's even more reinforcements on day two as well, but it's one of those battles you do not want to fight towards the end. You want to win as soon as possible, because if you don't, you're done for. But you just see the scale of the troops rushing down to knock you out. It's absolute insanity. And now, of course, you've got to fight a new battle, which is the Battle of Salem Church, where you have to fight another mini battle. So our forces in Fredericksburg have been overrun by Cedric's Corps. They realised that we are undermanned fortifications and stormed our defences. We must immediately intercept them before they flank our army that fights at Chancellorsville. We can only spare up to 10 brigades for this battle. Good luck, Commander. Cedric's Corps is approaching from the strong divisions. Not only do you have to fight the grueling battle at Chancellorsville, you've also got to fight this battle afterwards, whatever you've got left. We've sent as many brigades as possible to stop his advance. We must stop him at the crossroads located near Salem Church. The small ridge at this location can offer us a defensive advantage. General, if Cedric repulses us, he will be able to flank our forces in Chancellorsville. We must not allow it at all. We must not let this happen. Luckily, I've got another corps, so I can literally just come on down to Flavortown. Run, 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 run. And the idea here is pretty much an old style maneuver battle where you move up on this defensive line, stop the enemy advancing, move the cannons up to Salem Church, and just keep using your cannons as anti-charge weapons. But the caveat is that because you win those battles so early, you don't knock out the Union army, and so it'll be much stronger next time because those units have not been beaten into submission, so bear that in mind. And to win, you need to hold Salem Church and inflict 5% more casualties. Apparently, you don't lose this battle, but still, another one of those battles you really want to be winning. I've never actually lost this battle, but I literally just threw troops at this to win it, just in case I thought it would lead to disaster or defeat. Yeah, Cedric's being a naughty boy. Don't worry about it. Lose some troops. You trade volleys. It's not the end of the world. You're in the forest, so you won't take too many casualties. And then they just run away again. Not the worst battle. It's pretty easy to win. As long as you've still got a third core. You got a third core, it's pretty easy to win. Potato charge? Yes, a potato charge. Then we run away. We run all the way back. I was hoping I could flank that, never mind. Away. I can see you lurking there. Another good old-fashioned battle. Three career points. That's really good for me. So if I put one for economy, one for medicine. Wow, I didn't have top 10 in medicine. Wow. And one for training. That puts me in a good spot. Of course, this leads us up to Gettysburg. But we will end it here anyway because we don't need to do Gettysburg today. I want to play a different game. I want to show you guys off that we were about to die. But a pretty good battle. A pretty not as painful as it can be. It can be a very, very painful battle to win as the Confederacy, and there can be a lot of casualties involved, a lot of pain. But in this case,
Sir, yes, sir.
wasn't too bad.
Yes, sir.
I can afford to lose a little bit of that. Can't afford to lose that. Yeah, it's fine. Some very good cores are starting to come up.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hello, Jackson. Looks like you're a corps commander again. Oh, a brigade commander. Sorry, Jackson. I think Jackson was wounded for the Battle of Gettysburg, which is Battle of Chancellorsville, which is quite amusing. Or at least in my Battle of Chancellorsville, yeah, he was wounded, so he didn't actually play a part in it. One five, 1 5 1 5. Yes, 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 yes. Good. And then we take a look at our other army.
Yes, sir.
And these guys didn't take too much of a pounding by the looks of things. Nice, I like that. Means less clicking for me. Seems guns trump experience. If I'd known that in previous playthroughs, I perhaps wouldn't have been softlocked so many times. Good. And that is a full army. Well, almost a full army. These guys can't have Richmonds. They're like the cannon fodder. They're not having Richmonds. That's 4 fully equipped cores. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Very good. And of course we've got maximum PP as well. We can buy some Richmonds. I think we'll buy some Richmonds. But buying manpower would also be nice, just to bank it for future reference. We'll see how many Richmonds we can buy now. Oh, we can buy so many Richmonds. Let me buy all the Richmonds. And bankrupt myself doing so. I have a very, very elite unit now. Just too good, that's the problem. Need a challenge. It's too damn good. But I couldn't play this on hard mode. Brigadier, no, what do you call it? What's the hardest one? I think the medium's Brigadier General, so the thing above that. Good luck winning on that without cheesing. Cheese micro, cheese micro. To be fair, it's the AI's fault for giving me so many of these guns. If the AI had been a bit smarter. Ugh. The only thing is now I've got to actually go through every single gun, trying to find out which ones need upgrading, which ones don't. Like you boys have been lurking. 1,500, 1,500, there we are. And Lorenzas are fine. Enfields aren't bad, but I'd prefer it if I had something a bit more potent. Anyway, that is the end of today's stream slash video. So as you can see here, we've been winning rather decisively so far. Their numbers are slowly beginning to catch up with ours. They've got 109k to my 2, 4, 6, 8, about pretty even Stevens, but Gettysburg is one of those battles which in this game is very underwhelming. You can win it on the first day just by taking some one-off objective, because that changes the entire history of how the battle was fought. I think if you take Cemetery Hill on the first day when there's like no troops on it, you effectively just change the whole scope of the battle, so you don't actually have to fight anything. But in this case, things are looking pretty well. We won Chancellorsville, so the enemy morale is extremely low. And what I've generally found in Gettysburg, it's a very underwhelming battle against the Union, or as a Union against the Confederacy, on normal difficulty, because at this stage the stacking hasn't really got that bad yet. You're starting to see little elements of it, say in the Chancellorsville battle, but the stacking hasn't got to the point where it's just soul-crushingly massive. Like you can see here, the training in the army is still pretty basic in terms of actual equipment, so on and so forth. Anyway, we'll save it here. Look forward to Gettysburg, but I will warn you, this will be a meta gaming, but Gettysburg, where I intend to win as soon as possible to win the next battle, so I can have enough troops for the siege of Washington. Altogether, pretty fun experience. Enjoyed Chancellorsville. I did not enjoy not Cold Harbor. What do you call it? The other battle. But hey ho, we're in a good spot. I am expecting to see the end of the game and not getting soft locked by running out of troops. So, without further ado, I'll see you all later, and adieu.